to estimating calculations with Qubit Education. This is going to be quite a short lesson on using what you've learned with significant figures to estimate the answers to calculations. Now, you're going to use rounding to estimate these answers, okay? So when you're asked in your exam, you will mainly be expected to round to one significant figure. So here's a short example, or an easy example should I say, and you've got 3.16 times 4.98. So we need to round to one significant figure in order to estimate. When they say estimate, that's what they want you to do. They don't want you to work out the actual answer. Okay, so you don't actually have to do 3.16 times 4.98. They want you to round them. So 3.16 rounded to one significant figure is just 3. Okay, so remember, one significant figure is we look at the first number, which is 3, just here, and we decide by looking at the next number to see if that's going to stay as a 3 or round to a 4. You could think of it like £3.16. Is it closer to £3 or £4? Well, it's closer to £3, isn't it? So we say 3. And 4.98, well, that's closer to £5. £4.98 is closer to £5. Okay, so all we need to do is 3 times 5, which is 15, and that's your estimated answer. Now, they're not always as easy as this. So let's look at this one. At a school, the average daily amount spent by each child in the canteen is £1.52. There are 1,264 pupils in the school. Estimate the total amount spent in the canteen. So £1.52 to one significant figure is £2, because the 5 tells us that we need to round up. Okay, so £2. And then 1,264 rounded to one significant figure is 1,000. We keep the 1 and we decide if that's going to stay as a 1 or change to a 2. In this case, the number next to it is 2, so we're just going to leave it as 1. And we have to put the zeros in, remember, to show that it was 1,000. So we just do 2 times 1,000, which is 2,000, and that's our answer. Okay? So let's have a look at this question. Now, this question is common in your exams. This will come up. You'll be asked to do a range of things like divide, times, things like that. So we just need to round these to one significant figure, or the nearest whole number, depending on the way you're looking at it, but mainly one significant figure. So 4.7 becomes 5, 3.2 becomes 3, 8.6 becomes 9, and 4.6 becomes 5. And I'm just going to write it down like this. So we need to add the top numbers. 5 add 3 is 8, and 9 take away 5 is 4. So you end up with 8 over 4. Now, if you're confused about that line actually means divide. So we do 8 divided by 4. How many 4s go into 8? Well, that's 2, and our answer is going to be 2. Okay. Again, they won't always be that easy, but they will. They'll come up on non-calculator papers. So you must be able to do everything you can, either written down or, without using a calculator. Sometimes they'll ask you a question like this, and they'll say, work out the exact answer, and then put the entire display of your calculator down as your answer. And that's an easy one to do, because you're just going to put it into your calculator. But we will do a lesson on that anyway. So now you're being asked this question: 81.6 plus 6.06 times 1.65. And you have to make sure you do this in order. You can't just do it as you see it. You can't add and then times. So the order you need to know is using a rule called BIDMAS. When carrying out calculations like this, we must remember BIDMAS. BIDMAS stands for brackets, indices. Now, we've got no brackets in here, and we've got no indices. But indices are like this. So 4 squared, or 6 cubed, or the square root of 64, or the square root of 36. They could come in this format. It might not be these exact ones, but you could get it in this format. That's what an indices is. Sometimes you might see BODMAS, but it means the same thing. Okay. So the next one is D for division, M for multiplication, A for addition, and S for subtraction. And as you can see with the question we've got, we only need to use these ones. But in this case, we have addition and multiplication. Now, in our order of things, multiplication comes before addition. Now, division and multiplication can be done doesn't matter which way round these are done, and it doesn't matter which way round these are done. But you must do the multiplication before the addition. Okay? If you've got addition and subtraction, it doesn't matter which way round, and if you've got division and multiplication, it doesn't matter which way round. But multiplication does come before addition. So let's change these now to our one significant figure. So we have 6, 6.06 stays as 6, and 1.65 must become 2 because this 6 is bigger than 5. So we have to do 6 times 2 first. That gives us 12. Then our 81.6 will stay as 80. Okay? Because this is a 1, 80. So then we just do 80 plus our 12, and we have 92 approximately. Okay? So here's a few questions for you to have a go at. No calculators, please. You should easily be able to do these. Now, just for your reference, the squared here, this bit, this is squared. That means it's times itself. So 2.78 would be a 3. It would change to a 3. So it just means 3 times 3. This means times itself. 3 times 3. Okay? So if you pause the video and you've had a go, then here are the answers. So the first one is 85 because we're going to do 5 times 1, which is 5, and then we're going to add on this bit here, and this 78 becomes 80. 80 add 5 is 85. This would be 2 times, this would change to 5, so 10. This would be 3 times 3, which is 9, and then we add our 3, which is 12. This would be 10 times 3, which is 30, plus, and this would be 90. So 90 plus 30 is 120. And then this here, be careful with this one, because it's one significant figure. So you're looking at the 1, and then you're looking at the 1 next to it. And because the 1 next to it means that this doesn't change, this stays as a 1, but don't forget this must be a 0. So this would be 10 times 10. So 10 times 10 is 100. Sorry, you can just hear some commotion outside. I think it's some kids coming back from school. So we have 10 times 10 is 100, and then we need to take away 3. Okay, that gives us 97. Okay, so well done, and thank you very much for using Qubit Education, and I hope to see you in the next video.